Hi, I'm Donna Vio from the Masquerade, and I have a sewing tip for you. You all recognize these. This is a seam ripper. They come in different shapes and sizes. They have a little red ball on the tip of the shorter end of the seam ripper. Do you know what that little red ball is for? Some of them have a bigger red ball than others. This gray seam ripper has a much bigger red ball than this white seam ripper, and I have found out that the bigger the red ball, the easier they are to use. And here's how you do it. I have a seam here. Quite often you do a seam and it's in the wrong place, or you have a quilt block that's in the wrong place, or you stitched a seam for a garment inside out, and now you find yourself having to rip out the seam. Well, a lot of people will put their seam ripper in like this and rip a couple stitches and pull it, and then rip a couple stitches and pull it. Some people prefer to go in this way and just take out a stitch at a time the whole way down the row. Well, this is very time consuming. What I found out about a little seam ripper and the little red ball at the end is that you can speed up the process. So take the first few stitches out where you back tacked so that you can get into the seam. And once you've taken that first couple stitches out, you can open up your fabric. You take your seam ripper and you turn it so that the little red ball is facing down and into where the seam is. So you're ripping still with the curve in the seam ripper, but the little red ball is going to prevent you from ripping your fabric as you go. So you put it in, you make sure you can hold the fabric firmly with your hand in the back and in the front, and then you stay close to where your seam ripper is and you just push it along inside that seam. And you just have to make sure that you're not pushing from one side or the other, because you might end up ripping the fabric. That's that. So that's supposed to protect your fabric. So as you're pushing through the threads, your bottom point does not get caught in the fabric. That's what that little red ball is for. Amazing.